Gede, participant of the 7 Borobudur International Symposiums 2025. My name is Jessica Carina Baptista Ferreira from the Faculty of Law and Social Science at University Pendidikan Ganesha. Today, I'm honored to be present my research entitled Legal Analysis of Timor-Leste Association to ASEAN based on the perspective of international legal principle and ASEAN Charter. Before entering the main discussion, allow me to briefly introduce the author involved in this research. Like I mentioned before, my name is Jessica Carina Baptista Ferreira. I am the corresponding author and presenter. This research was supervised and co-authored by Professor Dr. Dewa Gede Sudika Mangku, SH LL.M, and Dr. Putu Rai Yuliartini, SH.MH. Timor-Leste has officially become the 11th member of ASEAN, which represents a significant achievement in the country's journey toward deeper regional integration. However, despite this milestone, the association process raised several critical legal questions that require closer examination. First, complying with international legal principles. From the perspective of international law, the admission of new members into a regional organization must respect two fundamental principles. One, state sovereignty. As we know that every state has the sovereign right to choose which international organization it wants to join. Thus, Timor-Leste has the full right to seek ASEAN membership without external interference. Second, equality of stage. All states, like large or small, rich or developing, must be treated equally. This means Timor-Leste cannot be subjected to requirements that are not applied to other ASEAN members. Any assessment of readiness should be fair, non-discriminatory, and based on equal treatment. From the legal perspective, the association should be comply with the principle of state sovereignty, equality of states, and procedure regulated in Article 6 and Article 7 of the ASEAN Charter. The key issues arise because the Charter does not provide measurable or standardized criteria to access institutional and administrative readiness for new members. As a result, the evaluation process for Timor-Leste was influenced more by political and diplomatic consideration rather than by objective legal reasoning. This situation leads to normative ambiguity, particularly in relation to the ASEAN's mechanism research collation and institutional arrangement after accessions. This research also have a gap based on the literature review. Several research gaps were identified. First, there is a lack of academic study that examined Timor-Leste associations strictly from the perspective of international law. More existing research focus on political readiness or economic capacity. Second, there is limited analysis on how the consensus principle under Article 7 actually affect the accession process. Third, previous study do not sufficient address the ambiguity that arise due to the absence of the clear legal criteria in the ASEAN Charter. In additionally, few scholars criticize the normative gap found within the Charter itself, especially regarding membership evaluation. And lastly, there is almost no study proposing a clearly measurable evaluation model for further ASEAN membership assessment. This study or this research use a normative juridical research method, and we also have a two approach were applied in this research, like a status approach which analyze the ASEAN Charter and principle of international law. Second, conceptual approach which examines key legal concepts such as state sovereignty, equality of states, and legal basis of membership in international organization. The data that we use in this research derive from the legal document, ASEAN instrument, and academic literature related to the international institutional law. This slide we talk about result and discussion. The finding of this research are divided into the three major parts. First, in terms of the complaint with the international law, the decision to admit Timor Leste during the 40 and 41 ASEAN submits inconsistent um, the principle of the state sovereign equality of a state. Timor Leste clearly fulfills the geographical requirement and regional identity to join ASEAN. And second, there are significant normative gaps in the ASEAN Charter. The Charter does not specify clear operational criteria to evaluate administrative or institutional readiness, which open the door for subjective interpretations. This lack of clarity caused the evaluation process to really rely more on political diplomatic negotiation than on legal administrative assessment. The consensus principle under Article 7 further contribute to the uncertainty, especially regarding resource allocation and the distribution of committee leadership position once a new member joins. Third, Timor-Leste faces various integration challenges. ASEAN does not yet have binding legal timelines for adjustment national law with regional framework. Therefore, Timor-Leste must gradually align its legal and administrative structure with multiple ASEAN instruments, a process that requires time, institutional coordination, and substantial capacity building. To conclude all the explanation, Timor-Leste has fulfilled the fundamental requirement to become a member of ASEAN, based on both geographical location and regional identity. However, the accession process reveals important normative shortcomings within the ASEAN chapter. The absence of clear, measurable standard for evaluation in members has resulted in an assessment process dominated by political consideration rather than objective legal criteria. This creates uncertainty not only for Timor-Leste but also for ASEAN's future engagement process. Therefore, this research recommends the ASEAN should develop more details, transparent, and measurable evaluation products, ensuring that future associations are consistent, fair, and aligned with principles of international law. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. I welcome any comment for further discussion. For correspondence, you may reach my email that I already put in my PowerPoint. Thank you.